Recently, I visited a person in the hospital. He was getting older, as I suppose all of us are. He had fallen and hurt himself, and he was on the mend. But his wife was getting older as well. He needed more help from his kids than he used to, and he was beginning to see life differently. "I'm getting more religious," he said, and he continued, "I guess everyone does." And he asked me what Jewish tradition has to say about life after death. I get this question a fair amount, and I'm still working on how to best answer it. I think of my teacher, Rabbi Mimi Feigelson, who taught us midrashic stories about ghosts hanging out in a cemetery, talking and socializing and gossiping with one another. I think of the rabbis of the Talmud who spoke of Olam Haba, the world to come, a heavenly realm in which we will spend our time studying Torah and eating shor habor, the finest of meats. And I think of the fairly common cultural Jewish concept of death, which I have not yet found in a Torah teaching, but is certainly out there amongst our people, that once you die, you're in the ground, life has ended, and that's it. I think of all these answers. Of course, we say 2 Jews, 3 opinions. I look at the person before me who was asked the question, and everything that I've learned feels inadequate. All of these answers taken together don't add up to something that seems like what I want to say or what the person before me needs to hear. So recently, visiting this person in the hospital, I gave the answer I give, which is, about life after death, we don't really know. Jewish tradition says a variety of things, of course it does, but we don't really know. But for some reason, before this specific person at this specific time, I added something that I don't usually say, that I hadn't said before. I said what we do know is that for pretty much all of us, when we die, we leave behind people who will remember us. That remembering is something real, is something concrete, is something we know will happen. Perhaps there is some experience after death. No one has come back to tell us about it, so we're not sure. But the remembering that our families, our friends, our community will surely do, that we know will happen. That we can count on. We will now begin our Yizkor service, page 330, and we rise. Adonai ma adam v'teda'ehu, ben enosh v'tachashvehu. Adam kachavel dama, yamav katzel over. Baboker yatzitz v'chalaf, ba'erev yimolel v'yavesh. Limnot yamenu ken hoda v'navi levav chochma. Adonai, what are human beings that you take account of them, mortals that you care for them? Humans are as a breath, their days like a passing shadow. In the morning they flourish anew, in the evening they shrivel and die. Teach us to count each day, that we may acquire a heart of wisdom. We turn now to page 331. We continue at the left side of the page at the top. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid, ki mimini bal emot. Lachen samach libi v'yagel kevodi, af besari yishkon levetach. Adonai is always before me, at my right hand, lest I fall. Therefore I am glad, made happy, though I know that my flesh will lie in the ground forever.